Morning YouTube. Today is a big day. Today is my second intensity day of the week. It is week 1 out of 3 of load. I always train in a 3-week load rhythm, 1 week easy and recovery, no intensity in there. I'm looking forward to this one. It's 3 sessions today, as usual. The first one is a 4K swim, which doesn't impress too much in distance. But trust me, the quality intensity in it is something interesting. But yeah, we're hitting some max speed stuff there from 50-100s actually, with fins, but generating maximum speed. So I hope I can hit it. He said I should be hitting 56 for long course, 56 seconds with the fins. I'll do my absolute best to make that happen. Let's see. And some other stuff in there, like, yeah, no joke. That's a good hard set. For that, I got actually my daily dose for sport drink is 200 grams that I use with the current setup. So here I actually have 60 grams of carbs in there, which for some bigger sets, I would even use 90 grams if it's 90 minutes, but that swim is just an hour. 60 grams, but what I got in there is, it's called U-Intent from Omara. It has all the good stuff in, like, I don't know, beta-alanine, all those things for endurance sports, citrulline. But most importantly, it has only took half a scoop. It's basically kind of a pre-workout, but you can mix it in your concentrate for carbs without any issues, which is awesome for my full distance racing, half distance racing. So I can just plan the bottles that in the back half. If I know one of the bottles, for example, this is sour cola taste, actually really nice, something mixed up. Then I know if it tastes like cola, I got something coming up, because that beast, half a scoop, has 120 milligrams of caffeine. If you don't know what that number means, one small Red Bull has 80 milligrams of caffeine, and a small Red Bull shoots me to the moon already. So this I only took half a scoop. A full scoop has 250 milligrams. Also, they have it in a shot, so you can take it before race. I don't know if I can, I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine, so I have to stop drinking at 1 p.m. for example, so I can have a restful night and everything. But this has now 120 milligrams of caffeine. I had 2 coffees already in the morning. I'll drink this during the swim, so if you later have the impression that this video is speed up, that might be because of this little devil in here. So holy moly, but let's see. This will definitely help to gain some max speed. Get the arms going and everything else. Caffeine, good. That's session number 1. After that, just a filler in volume, easy 5K jog. Really easy, no interest in pace, just the 5 kilometers. For the goal target of the week, again, 80 kilometers. And then in the afternoon, evening, we're hitting the bike. It's a 1 hour 40 bike ride with 4 times 15 minutes threshold with 2 minutes rest in between, aiming for the 350 watts, all in aero position. And after 2 latest, I'll check a lactate, see how it is, that we're in the right ranges. I want to be under 3.5 mol for that one, just to be sure that I'm training the right systems. Yep, that's it. Let's head out the door, get cracking, excited for the swim, a bit nervous. That's normal. If you're going outside your comfort zone, it's a good thing. Then you know, okay, you're definitely in some kind of growth. But the important part of swimming is, because it's not cycling where you just stomp your flipping paddles or even running. Swimming, it's always about quality of stroke. If I now go in there, that's why I have to talk about it. If I think, okay, effort comes first, I'm gonna swim horrible. I'm not gonna hit the times at all. It's gonna be high effort, but more important than focus on effort is gonna be the stroke, the quick kick, focus, really long, hard strokes. Long, hard strokes. Because if I shorten my stroke, after 50 meters, I'll bleed time like nothing in the second 50. Will not hit the times. Good. Let's get going. Just came out of the chiropractic. I do that every 4 weeks. Really helped. Some lumbar spine, pelvis stuff. Feet, we'll unlock those. Biomechanics is super important, so every 4 weeks. That was good. The swim. More frustrating than anything. Normally I didn't have this in a while, but also that means it's a challenge, which it is obviously. So the effort was very high. It was a very taxing session. but I already wrote my coach Aaron to kind of double check. We have to find a system. So my gut feeling is that this could be a set that makes me tired, but not a better swimmer. And there's a difference, right? Because all you care about is quality strokes. Anyways, what happened was the main set is 50s hard kicking, zone 4, around 55 seconds to 58. Nothing good. The legs were already not so happy. Then straight into hundreds with fins, zone 3 to max building, different ones. The zone 3 was with the fins between 108 and 112. First 112, but then I got the rhythm better than 108. The zone 4 efforts, all long course. Zone 4 was 105 pace for 100. And the max kind of, there really got trash strokes, unfortunately. And I hit 60 seconds and then also 62. Because after 50 it just exploded. So no bueno, to be honest. And yeah, again, goal was 56, but that doesn't mean anything. The time is one thing. Of course, you have to check also the lane. You know, there's other people swimming there, so there's also some time lost there, that I don't kill anybody when I swim there, because you're swimming high speeds. But the main thing was coordination. It was not, and the gut feeling is really because when you do the hard kicking, I think the set structure has to change for that one. Because normally I didn't have this feeling with the set structures. Not just that it's challenging, you know, there could be one that you suck at the set, but you just gotta keep doing it until you get better of it. Could be one aspect of it, but with triathlon training, to be honest, you're already not a super efficient kicker because you don't have 10,000 hours of kicking in you. And secondly, your legs are always way more loaded than a swimmer's legs would be. So I'm just checking with coach if that is the idea, because I don't think it is. Because I think swimmers, when they do the 50s zone 4 kicking, they don't feel the same neuromuscular stimulus and fatigue from it as triathletes do, or even triathletes that didn't grow up with 10,000 hours of kicking in them, swimming, kicking. So yeah, that's that. First time swimming this set. The main thing is still, I have to learn to swim zone 5, so like this view to max pace, whatever you want to call it. Those highest speeds, maximum speed, that one I have to simply go up. It's simply too slow, it's not good. But you have to work on it, obviously, and the only way you become good as anything is keep doing it. So I will obviously do that, but fine-tune the set a little bit. Because speed, in the end, it's cute and dandy, because afterwards I had done 10 times 100 long course, leaving on 130, and I hit them really comfortable, not pushing, 118 pace, no issue at all. So yeah, zone 3 is probably 115, maybe a bit quicker. We'll see what the 1500 meter race says, but that's all cute and dandy. But if your 200 and 400 meter time is not real quick, and not what I'm doing right now, no chance. Maybe you get super lucky that, you know, you surf some kind of wave behind someone and get yourself in the front pack, but that's luck, and I'm not in the business of luck. I'm in the business of making the best preparation I possibly can. And yeah, you can wave the front pack goodbye, right? So if you don't get the speed, completely forget it. So you need some really brutal speed in pro racing. If you don't get that, ITU speed talking, you need the same speed as ITU guys, no changes whatsoever. Otherwise, you will not see the front pack. Meaning, if you don't see the front pack, with competitive European racing, you will never see the front again, because they're 2 minutes ahead and they bike and run just as well as the other guys. Some other race scenarios, maybe you can, maybe in US or somewhere you got lucky, you can do it. But in Europe, competitive racing or world champ level, which is where I want to go, obviously, forget it. Forget it completely. You will never see the front again. So that's where I'm heading, step by step. Little rant here, sorry, but now I'm getting some food, and overall good, because you need a bit of it. You need a bit of the emotion, also a bit of frustration and a bit of, because if you don't have that, it doesn't push you. If I would have just said, oh, okay. If I would have said, 60-second pace per 100 long course is good, then you get comfortable. Like I said, no sir, way too slow. So that's how I approach it. I only compare to myself, do not care what anybody says, and keep loving the journey, which I do. But you need that hunger, you need that bite in you, and I got that. But you use then the energy for action, meaning not dwell on something and be toxic to yourself, but you need to propel that into action, which I did now, to kind of, how can we make this set better structured, maybe better tailored to me, that I feel I'm getting better at swimming very fast, because that's the feeling I need to have. It's not about maximum effort, which I definitely hit super high heart rates, but again, that's not the goal with swimming. Not, of course, it has to be hard, but more important has to be that you feel that your stroke is getting you a lot of speed, nasty speed. That's what I'm looking for. All right, getting ready for my 5K easy run. Nothing big. It's always funny with those quality days. On the one hand, I'm more sad that the sessions are over than I'm like glad that I did it, because those are the sessions you really can test yourself physically, mentally. You can really push some boundaries in a controlled manner, and today I definitely pushed properly, which might have been a problem, to be honest, because when you push that hard, but again, max speed, max speed is max speed, so yeah. Anyways, first time doing the session, I'm 100% confident that next week, Friday, I'll be doing the session better, executed better. We probably tailored it a little bit with the coach. Look forward to that. And Sunday, got another hard swim, and that is gonna be an absolute beast. You could say it's attempted murder from my swim coach. So, so there's gonna be the buckets again, Mr. Buckets, but then it's gonna be, I'll tell you then in a few days, 2,000 straight, not easy, and then another 1,000 after that straight. So my arms will be, hopefully, wreckerino. But all good. We're doing 5K easy now. Really just easy jogging, enjoying it. We got some sun out, look forward to it, and a little snack then, and an hour and a half rest again. And then we're hitting the threshold bike, which I look forward to, 4 times 15 minutes. And they're really important to have a look at lactate. Lactate is a bit of a bummer because it kind of puts a cap on things. I would like to push harder, but then you're literally not training your aerobic system. But we see after this session how we develop this session, because my gut feeling is last times, because we had, if you followed this channel for a bit, we had this VO2 block, even like on a Friday, 6 times 6 minutes, and I got this up to 410 watts with 3-minute rest in between. And I really felt like this was a stimulus leg-wise. I feel like, this makes me stronger, right? This makes me stronger, right? And with the 6 times 10 minutes, 350 watts that I did in aero position, coming out of it wasn't so hard. Next day, I didn't feel like sore or like felt like it was working hard, because I had 3.3 mol, which, again, so I felt like, so if it's not intensity, you got to crank up the volume, right? Because you got to be confident that the work gets you where you want to be. So 4 times 15 minutes today, so there's a little progression. See how that feels, muscular side, all those fronts. But I could imagine that we probably go next week to 3 times 20 minutes, and then probably increase fairly soon as well to 90 minutes threshold work. But we'll see. Let's not get carried away. Stay focused. 5K easy run coming right up. I do my little warm-up routine here as always. Some stuff here with core mobility, and then another one on the way out. But I'll see you halfway into the run. Alrighty, easy run, feeling good. Good legs. 5K is so short. It's just literally a little cruise around the neighborhood here. Pace again, not relevant, whatever the pace says. Important is zone 1 heart rate, which will ever be always anyways. It's like 5-minute Ks, 5:15, 5:30, somewhere in there. I don't know, 8-minute miles or something. Don't really care, to be honest. Important is it is low taxation, physically, mentally anyways. It's so short, but and then we're looking at the snack afterwards. But I'm gonna enjoy this beauty. Heading to the forest soon, little green getaway, and no gloves, still a bit fresh, 7 Celsius, still like only 45 Fahrenheit, but yeah, we're getting there with spring, 100%. One thing when it comes to mindset, let's say you want to be really extraordinary in your craft. Let's say you want to be the best painter in the world, or the best student in the class, or whatever it is, but like you want to be the best at something. Some voice inside you tells you you can do it. Like whatever it is. For me, it's triathlon. I want to be the best. I want to win. All these things. So by definition, let's take sport as an example. There's a podium of 3 guys. By definition, the person that stands on the first spot is outside the norm. He's outside the norm because by nature, if you win, you're extraordinary, right? Because you're not like place 2 and 3, you're the one that wins. So oftentimes by nature, those people that, because it's always mindset, nobody wins by accident, right? Nobody is so well conditioned, especially not in pro sports, that you just win by accident. 50% of it is mental. Who knows? Maybe more. Because you don't even train to win, you train to podium. You hear it all the time in sports. I just want to have a good race. Just want to, top 10 would be great. Top 5 would be great. I don't want to sound arrogant, but again, I don't really care. It's really freeing to not care at all what anybody thinks. But I'm just looking for number 1. Last I checked, in sports, there's one person that can win, and the rest is the loser. If you look at the brutal facts, that's just how it is. But can you still be really satisfied with the race, especially in triathlon, if you did your absolute best and you come out of it and you're not first, you didn't win, that's the objective marker, but you did everything possible. Yeah, you can still be happy and satisfied, but have the hunger to win. Then on the other hand, look at this, beautiful. On the other hand, if you, let's say, you have a mediocre performance physically for yourself, what you train for, but you win, right? To be honest, I had that in age group racing, and I noticed pretty quickly that this objective thing is nothing at all that drives me too much, to be honest. So yes, winning is great, nothing beats winning. That feeling, the ego gets real satisfied. But when it comes to day to day, there's only so much winning. Winning can drive you 100%, one of the motivators, 100%. But in the end, something that drives me a lot more or equally, let's say, is just, like I said before, how can I improve? How can I get better? In each sport, have really no limitations, mentally attached to any of the numbers, be completely free and really find out how far you can go and even further. Because if you think you can go to a certain place, that means mentally you're limiting for sure. So you need a team like I have luckily now, which takes a long time to find. You need a team that doesn't attach to any of those things, like those numbers. So objective, improve. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. Anyways, so don't be afraid of others, what they think. You don't have to talk with everybody about it, like I do it now on social media, on this platform, because it took me a long time to get there. Because I completely freed myself from all the objective stuff, literally. So I literally, on the bottom of my heart, I'm zero interested what any stranger in pro sports or media or anybody thinks. I have my team, I have my loved ones, they love me for what I am, how I am. They know I'm mad, they know I got this insanity in me, and to be honest, I always had to hide that because, yeah, it's too much for normal society, right? It just trips people off. But on the other hand, do you seriously think if I didn't have this madness and didn't think completely outside the norm, I would have achieved anything even until now? I was in high school average and I completely hit this side and just, average high school guy. Then I started studying a bit for my exams because they came close and it's like, whoa, you got super amazing grades.
And then I start to apply myself in my studies. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to, if you shift your mindset and develop, like I said, I didn't come from this, oh, self-belief, you can do anything, great job, none of that. It's all fabricated from me. Over time, you had to kind of invent that person and find it as well. I found that person, found myself, how I am, what I like, how I like to think. Yeah, and that got me, even outside of sports, so far, more results than anything else. So studying went really well, very high level, and work as well. Like, there were things happening that went really, really well. But again, that wasn't my passion, so not worth a lot in my book. But I'm looking to master this craft, which means enjoying this run now.
All right, we are back for not even seconds, we are back for third, so to say. Session number 3. As I said earlier, we are looking at 140 grams, also popped in this bottle. For the race, I'll be aiming at 150 grams an hour for half and full distance. But that needs a bit of gut training as well, which, let me just fill up some hot water. I told some of you guys, so I really put like hot water from the tap. Good trick from Omada, they told me, a nutrition sponsor, because helps to dilute higher concentrates easier. So if you take a higher concentrate, let's say 100 grams an hour or so, it helps a lot if you take hot water. Also, I believe for the minerals and everything, so it mixes nicely. But mainly, I think just the actual mixing process. Yeah, so we got here 60, 90, 120, and a bit less than a full one. We got around 20. There we go. That's 150, 140 grams. Now we're gonna smash the lid on top, and then we got it already. So what I do before, I try to play around with a few things before I did actually put water in and then mix it, but I felt almost explodes too much. Water comes out this way, so it's really nice and snug. Then, as I said, we're gonna be measuring lactate for this one. Mainly, you don't go too hard. That's the main one for threshold. You can mess up, and through lactate, to be honest, you learn how easy it is. So we stay on a really conservative side for threshold training. So actually under 3.5 mol, not under 4 or something. So when you have fatigue in and everything like that, that's really easy to shoot over. Or like if you're low on glycogen, yeah, in general, if you're fatigued, likewise, it will be very easy to shoot to 5 mol, and then you're actually detraining your aerobic system, so to say. It's a very different stimulus, so that's not at all the stimulus that we want. So ego is really in check with this one, which is also why I don't like it so much. I really want to push and just get the numbers up for that duration. But yeah, that's not the goal at all. Need to use the brain. But let's see if I can do 4 times 15 minutes at 350 watts a day. After halfway, we'll be measuring lactate. Maybe after the first, if I'm in doubt with the feeling in legs, you can kind of feel what lactate as well. If it feels pretty easy, to be honest, then it's around this 3.5 mol. If it feels like even a tiny bit of burn feeling, you're probably over 4 mol. So, which is not what you want there. So it's challenging, but once you do it a few times and you get the reference points, you actually know threshold is not what you think it is. It's not that bad at all. It's still, basically you have to think about it as a high zone 2, right? It's like the higher part of your aerobic system. When you think about it like that and not threshold, you know, when you say it like that, high aerobic, right? You don't think it's too hard either, right? That's why. Yeah, okay, we got this. Some more water, actually 2 more bottles, because it's gonna be 1 hour 40, right? And then we go into my training room, the chamber of secrets, so to say. And then we are ready to go. All right. Carbs go in here. 1 water down here. Definitely need 2 fans today. So I got 1 here and 1 here. Window open. Also got a temperature gauge here for temperature and humidity especially. Because if humidity gets too high, let's say over 50% or like 70%, I always felt there's actually a bit of a RPE, like effort increase for something that you don't want. So if you open the window a bit more, it drops down to 30% humidity and your effort adjusts as well. So it's not a heat training session, not the goal. RPE should come through the muscular load. Fresh out of the fridge, we got the super pricey lactate things. So yeah, I would measure more probably, but it's pricey as hell. 25 of those little bastards cost, here it's a bit even tricky to get, 80, 90 bucks. So yeah, do the math on that. For some sessions, very important, mainly to not go too hard, like today. If after 2 I feel, again, if after 1 I'm in doubt at all with any kind of muscular fatigue or burn, the warm-up protocol is actually really important. We changed it because it was then a too quick ramp up and then a lactate kind of shot in. So if you don't have a good warm-up protocol, meaning you go through your zones and close to threshold, at threshold, if you don't do that, you will spike in your first threshold rep and most likely shoot over for more over your anaerobic threshold, even if the watts are correct, because it's just a shock for the system and it kind of floods it, and that's no bueno. All right, gang, we all set up. Got the 140 grams in here. Water, music, some entertainment. What I actually like to do when I only have this, I actually put music on my headphones here, and then I watch some Ironman Hawaii or something like that. Anything that's resembling, or like when I do a race. So I could look at Ironman Venice doesn't have so many good races yet, videos actually, but Ironman Austria does. So like really visualize how you want to feel, and then after, depending rep number 1 or whatever, we'll be checking this good old thing, see what it says. Important to do the protocol right with water and everything, otherwise measurements are useless. It's still always tricky. You always gotta be sure you don't live after lactate, because easy to mess up. The easy. So you gotta know the values, you gotta know your RPE and value and all those things. Not easy to do. So that's why also it's one of the metrics, one of them, yeah. I'm gonna do my 20-minute warm-up, then I'll do 1 rep, and after 1 rep, I'll see you guys again. "15-minute done." Unfortunately, I know the answer already, what the lactate test will say. Some muscular fatigue, especially hamstrings, and it will be over 4 mol, and I will have to go down to flush out some fatigue or whatever. Sometimes it comes back down. Let's see. Unfortunately, no high threshold. There you go. Don't mess it up, no sweating. Here come the bad news. Another round, just to be sure. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. I'll analyze after. Let's get the work done. Still 7.6, ridiculous. 3:30, and we'll be done. Maybe the last 2 we can do it. Alright, second 15-minute done. That feels and looks a lot better. Not quite what we want, to be honest. But life is not a fairy tale. But luckily I have a team of geniuses with all the knowledge in the world that I don't have to figure anything out on my own. I just execute, test some ability, and maybe we have to have a look at the program or not. Carb intake was good, I believe, so of course always some fatigue. Alright, second 15 was 330 watts in aero. Today, there we go, 3.2. Better. That's kind of where the range we want. I'll stay for another one. And last one maybe 340. Maybe even 350 then, you know. That's what I mean with lactate, is a flipping difficult show to manage. But you kind of have to you feel the spike. You see it in the heart rate. Now the heart rate was under 155, again, threshold range. And the other one was 1 when I started the first one. Now it feels better as well. Again, analyze later, execute now. And have fun, you know. Have fun, man. I'm gonna have fun. All right, 3 times 15 minutes done. Last one waiting. Question is, do I go a bit up or not? My feeling is not. Last one done. Crap. So last lactate test, no matter what. Let's have a look. I think it's gonna be 3.3, 3.5 again. Ow. It's not exactly pain-free, right? Ouch. First one goes away. Very important, get the sweat away. Let's see where we're sitting here. Having the last rep. Legs are not exactly getting fresher. 3.2 again. So yeah, we're good to go. Last one. Maybe even 350. Let's go. There we go, team. We got it in the bag. Put the fans off here. Yeah, proud of myself. It was a good session, a solid session. 4 times 15 minutes with 2 minutes rest. And first one 350, as you saw, lactate too high. Went down to 330 for 2 more 15-minute reps. There was good, steady at 3.2 mol. And the last one I did at 340 watts again. Last one for sure, the legs were working. Yeah, that's training, you know, but still I'm looking like how already thinking the gears are turning. I'll check with my mentor for sure. How can I increase the quality of this session? Like 2 things that immediately come to mind. First of them is not in that order necessarily. First of them is carb intake for this day. For example, I had the hard swim this morning. I'm thinking I could try for next week. I have to do one of the things, interventions, otherwise I don't know which one worked. Either way, if it works, it works. But to take, for example, 100 grams of carbs right after the swim to really have, you know, fueled up, because it was still also leg-wise a pretty challenging swim. That is glycogen out the window that you need for this one as well. Then another one is what you did in training the last 24 hours before, right? And yesterday I did the strides and aerobic run. There I wouldn't touch anything. I'm not going to take the strides out. They're too important. They're not the one. But then we had an easy ride, 90 minutes. That's not the factor. But we had the gym, right? And there we did, again, feels easy, 70 kilograms of squats. But that is something I'm almost certain for next week I will put out. I'll change it to 50 kilograms. That's the only thing leg-wise I kind of did. The rest I kind of left it alone. So it's the only one I could have an impact as well. Again, training is training. I'm still fully in the ranges. That's what we'll plan with the mentor anyways, to go down to 330, 340 watts. But I obviously want to hit 4 times 15 minutes, 350 watts. So yeah, those are the things that come to mind. Pretty sure for next week, only 50 kilogram squats, see if that has an impact on this, and higher carb intake with extra carbs of sport drink, or, you know, I mean, a liter of orange juice, the problem is a liter of orange juice only has 60 grams of carbs. So, and again, orange juice with acid, it's a bit of a thing. But those I will try, and you guys and me included will see next week how it's going. So this is it for today. Thanks for following along. I'll be smashing some food down, recovery boots, and happy that I had a good day. I hope you're enjoying your training as well and set some nice goals for the year. I'll see you tomorrow.